Hi guys, so to make the cinnamon rolls, we are needing the following ingredients. Here I have some water, milk, sugar, flour, yeast, and salt to help balance off the flavor, vanilla extract, margarine or butter can be used, and an egg yolk. To a large bowl, you want to start off by adding your dry ingredients together. Let's go. Whisk until it's well combined. Once it's finished, set it aside and move on to prepping the wet ingredients. Our hot plate again, and what we are going to do is to put it on a medium-low heat. You don't want it to burn, so we're going to turn this on medium-low heat. And I'm just going to place my saucepan right here, just like that. Now, I would have made this video before, but that was, I think, maybe about 3 years ago, so this is just more or less an updated version. Okay, so next what we are going to do is to add in the margarine. Add in the milk. This is what the mixture is looking like so far. I should have cut it a little bit, but it's going to melt, so that's quite fine. And you want to mix it around until it's melted. Also, we will be adding in the sugar in a bit. Also, please comment below, let us know how you make your cinnamon roll. Guys, it's supposed to be actually white sugar. Brown sugar can be used as well, but we are using white sugar. Alright, so you just want to make sure that this is not boiling or anything. We don't want it to boil. And we're going to mix that in until it's dissolved. The white sugar actually gives the dough a lighter textured feel. This is also perfect for your holidays function if you have family coming over for the Christmas or Thanksgiving. Well, in this case it's Christmas. It's actually perfect. So our mixture is finished. What I'm going to do is to turn off the heat. And then I'm just going to stir it a little longer. It's not extremely hot. And also making sure that the sugar is well dissolved. And then we are going to add in the other ingredients. So we are next going to add in the water. And you want to mix that as well. And then we're going to add in the yolk. And as you add that in, you want to make sure that you mix it. You don't want your yolk to cook. So actually I'm just going to lift off the saucepan from the hot plate because it's still very much hot. And I'm just mixing until it's well combined. There you have it. Your wet ingredients is finished and ready to add to the dry. Let's go. Guys, do not forget to add in the vanilla extract. I almost forgot. So I'm just going to just a little bit. I'm sorry that I'm not getting that in, but I just added to the mixture and I'm just mixing. All right, and we are done. Let's move. Next is basically placing the mixture into the same measuring bowl I had the water in, and we are going to allow that to cool off somewhat. You want the mixture to be warm. And right now it's a little bit more than warm. So once it's done, I will come back to show you the next step. Today I'm using my stand mixer, and so we are going to place the dry ingredients inside. So what we are going to do is to put on our mixer. It's already mixed in. I'm just going to do it on low speed, and then we're going to add in the liquid slowly, just like that. Here's what the dough looks like, and of course we're going to add a little at a time. We're going to need it for roughly about 3 minutes, but I like to add in like a tablespoon of flour if it's a little bit too much on the sticky side, as you can see here. All right, so you want to have that extra flour on hand, and we will continue and I'll come back to show you the end result. This is what the dough is looking like. It's nice and runny, as you can see here. Yup. All right, so now we are going to place it into a lightly greased bowl. So what I did add some oil. I'm just going to add a little bit more onto my hands to easily remove the dough. As you can see, it's extremely sticky. Right, so it's very sticky, guys. Oops, I don't want to add too much flour to it. So yeah, perfect, guys. Look at that. This is what your dough looks like, nice and smooth. So here's our greased bowl. I'm just gonna put it around in the oil a little bit, and we're gonna leave it there to rise. All right, so you're gonna allow it to rise. Please excuse my dry hands. Okay, so I'll come back when it's doubled in. While the dough has been resting, we are next going to make the filling. So this is the cinnamon, the powder that I am using. So I'm going to just add in some cinnamon. Next, add in some sugar. Next, we're going to add in a little bit of grated nutmeg. I like to add a little bit of nutmeg to mine. Look at my cute grater. But it's not a must, it's just a preference. It just simply adds to the flavor for me, and yeah. I did also add in a touch of clove powder, or ground clove I should say. Again, it's not a must, it's not mandatory. So what we are going to do is to mix that up really well until everything is well combined and looks just like this. And this smells so amazing. And this is what we are looking for. So let's move on. I want melted butter to basically rub it over the dough before putting on the cinnamon mix. Let's go. Here is the pastry mat, and I'm just going to add a little bit of flour onto it just like that, and I will show you the dough. So this is our dough. It has doubled in size. So next you want to just punch it like that, causes it to deflate, and then we are going to take it. As you can see, it's sticky. So we're going to take it, rest it onto that floured surface, and we are going to knead it, a couple times like this, and then we are going to roll it out. Also, don't forget to comment below, let us know how you make your cinnamon rolls, if you do it the same way or you do it differently. We would love to hear from you. Next, what we are going to do is to roll that out. Here's the rolling pin that I'm using. It's a big one. I need to get a smaller one, guys, but I just added some flour to it, and we are going to get this into a rectangular shape. All right, so I like to start off by pressing it, and we are going to roll this out. Also, you want to make sure that you have a grease container or baking sheet, as you say, on hand. Look at that, guys. We're getting there. Now, you don't want this to be too thick, neither do you want it to be too thin. This is roughly ½ inch, maybe, if I'm quite correct with my measurements. Ooh, yeah. So this is what our surface of the dough is looking like so far. And what we are going to do is to paste that melted butter all over this. So here I have my brush, and I'm just going to brush it all over. It's going to help the cinnamon mixture to stick to the dough. What it's looking like so far, I hope you guys can see. And next, what we are going to do is to take our cinnamon mixture and just put it all over, just like this. Ooh, you want to make sure that it's evenly distributed. Don't put it too close to the edge of the dough, as you don't want it spilling over. It's looking like so far. I try not to go too close to the edge. There are some places where I did go close to the edge, but you don't want to go too close to the edge. All right, so what we're going to do is to do this. We're going to gently fold it from one corner, just like this. Do you see what I'm doing? just like this, as tightly. Oops. And if you do have the excess flour, you can always just brush it off, just like this. So I'm just brushing off that excess flour as I go along. And you want to keep it nice and tight. Again, you don't want to have too much flour on your work surface. So we're going to continue doing that just up to a certain point. All right, let me just kind of remove some of that here. What you want to do also is, if you do have some of that same butter, just rest it on the edge just to basically seal the ends, or you can also use water. Let's use a little bit of water. So I'm just dipping my fingertip that is into some water here, and I'm just going to roll that in just like that. So I like to do it like that. And then what we are going to do is to tuck in the end. So this is the end of your dough, and you want to tuck it in just like this. Also, you want to make sure that you do wet your fingers and tuck it in so it sticks nicely together, just like that. Yeah, see that? Yeah, sealed in nicely. And do the same for the other end, so nothing escapes. Cut it into even sizes or even pieces. And what I like to do is to use a piece of thread. So some people use a knife or scissors, but I prefer to use a piece of thread. For me, it's so much easier. So hold on one sec, let me just double my thread. So this is my thread. Yeah, hope you guys can see it. Anyway, so I like to put it underneath. We'll go to the middle, and you want to kind of start from here. Yeah, sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And this is pretty simple. See how neat it came out? So you don't have to deal with the other things. So I'm trying to keep it evenly. And this is our baking pan we're going to use. I'm just going to take some of that same butter and just gently pass it on the bottom. That, you know, it goes in there really well. All right. So we're going to rest it here. Then what we're going to do is to carefully pick that up, and we're going to rest it just like this. Guys, do you see this? Look at that. Ooh, I'm so excited. So you don't want to put it too close together because you want it to be able to nicely. So look at that. I'm gonna put this more closely in case I could put one somewhere here. So let's go and do the other piece. Okay guys, so this is what our cinnamon rolls look like. Now I must admit that I do have a couple pieces that are a little bit more on the bigger side, but we're gonna leave it because if I do cut it, it's gonna be odd. All right, allow that to sit and double in size again before we place it in the oven. See you then. Hey Spice Fam, this is what our cinnamon rolls are looking like so far. It has doubled in size. Now it's time to place that into the oven to bake. So let's go. So guys, I've just removed the cinnamon rolls from the oven, and so we will allow it to cool somewhat before we put on a glaze. So I'll see you in a few. Hi Spice Fam, so once the cinnamon roll has cooled, I am now going to place my glaze all over, and this is a very simple glaze. I did not record it simply because it would have made the video extremely long and I did not want that. But here I'm just applying the glaze, and of course I will leave a link in the description box below with everything that I use and the amount. Thank you for always for tuning in and for watching. Merry Christmas y'all, and please don't forget that if you do make any of our recipes, you send them to us so we can post in appreciation. Until the next time, see you. Bye.